Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M53 M55, the Tier 9 American SPG. This one's located on the southwest spawn of Live Oaks and it's under my command. Yes, General Disturbance in action. Game started. Well, it's got the 8-inch howitzer which is capable of doing 1050 alpha, and as usual I destroy the camp straight away at the start of the game. Penetrating 52mm of armour, and it's got a burst radius of just under 11 metres, or just over 11 metres. Well, unlike in other games where I've gone to the dip, this one I've decided to go down to the south end of the map and shoot up the railway line. And you can see that I'm actually headed right for the corner of the map. A little difficult to see an enemy Arty that happens to be this far deep into the wood. Okay, nicely set up. One of the few Artys that has a turret. And the first enemy that's come to sight for me is a Progetto 46. Now, work out where he is and fired the round in. Unfortunately, he pulled back just in time to avoid damage, but he did take a shot after I'd stunned him. So I'm picking up something. Now, if I remember correctly, the reload time is just under 30 seconds. I'm using vents and vent purge to improve the performance, just as with the 212A. And in fact, if you've just seen, I put up a replay with the 212A, and this battle, this very battle, took place immediately after I finished the battle in the 212A. I selected the M53 and went into this game. So that's the T55A, the reward tank. Just took a round, a direct hit, and I picked up 398 off that one. This T62A, which is a premium tank, has decided to go balls deep with the Leopard. And it's not a very good move because, yeah, I'm afraid he's now come across a few other teammates of mine who are now going to finish him off, and he's now dead. Okay, but in the meanwhile, I see the T55A move down this side. And that would have stunned him for sure. It did. Okay, he's coming round to try and engage our guys. I'm not so sure this is going to work out well for him. And because he's stunned, I'm picking up stun assist. And there goes the kill shot for the SU-130PM. T-44 sitting up on top of the ridgeline. Takes a round from our links. Pulls back, but I'm about to stun him and possibly hit him. He stops. Oh, just as I fired. But he then backs in and takes the stun as well. And now he's pulling back. Okay, reloading. And there goes the kill shot. Unfortunately, he didn't have any stun on him when he died, so I didn't get that either. We know the Progetto was last seen in this vicinity, but we can't see him at the moment. Our guys are still sitting in the dip, so I'm switching over to the town, see if I can help over here. First thing that comes into sight is the E100, and I lose sight of the other target, which is an E75. Rounds out the E100. It hits the building rather than the E100, so he's rather protected from the worst effects of that 203mm shell. And I'm now trying to focus on this E75, who's side scraping on that corner. And unfortunately, we've lost sight of him. And he's come back into view just as I start looking at this 113 over here. I'm loaded. And I fire a round into that corner, hoping that I can persuade him to come out. He did get stunned. But unfortunately, the E75 just killed our E75, so it's a pity I didn't go back to that E75, try and help out. But he's been stunned now, and there he's out the game. Over on the far side of the map, we've got a Progetto. Now, I'm just too far away to actually hit that guy, but I'm not so far away that I can hit this Striv 103B, the Tier 10 Swedish flat pack. Long flight for the shell. It wasn't fully dialed in and it lands short of the target and slightly to the right, so I'm going to move a bit closer. Reload time is actually 31.48 seconds. So you can see that even at maximum range, if you have to be sitting in the corner of the map, you cannot hit everywhere on the map. So you do need to be slightly further away from the corner if you're going to do that. Okay, now hopefully that enemy tank is still sitting just behind those piles. I suspect he is. I fire around in that general direction. Okay, charioteers seen right behind those buildings. Exactly where you'd expect a turreted tank destroyer to be. And there's the Striv again. Almost loaded. Following him. Marked him as target. Rounds out. Long flight time for the shell. Direct on target. Kills him. Must have been a penetrating shot. So I've marked the charioteer as the next target, but I'm still 20 seconds away from shooting. And the enemy Arty's coming to sight, and obviously I can't resist hitting those guys because they're either almost certain kills, but they're also counter batteries. So you have to take out Arty. They also the low flat hanging fruit, because if you hit them, they normally die straight away anyway. Okay, Lorraine 155 54. I'm dialing in, almost ready. Rounds out. The moment I get close. Yeah. Definitely. And there's the last of the enemy RT, the M40, M43. He's hiding behind that house. He doesn't want to come out because he knows there's enemy to the south. And so he's staying put. He's got to face that Lynx though. And it seems almost a shame to kill an RT. He's about to kill a wheeled vehicle. But needs must. Rounds out. And yes, I get the kill on him. Splashed him to death. So that means there's only 4 enemies remaining. And they're facing 7 opponents. We're going back to the charioteer, who appears to have pulled back to these houses again. Now it might be he's moved the other side of the house, because he can see our guys moving up the railway line towards their cap area. So I'm anticipating he might be on that corner. Did that have an effect? Well, we see the SU-101. He's hiding behind the buildings. That's a destructible building, so I can definitely take that out. And he'll have no cover to hide behind. Ideally, when you're aiming at buildings, you should aim right for the center of them, and that will demolish them completely. The Lynx is going for a look-see. Rounds out straight away on the SU-101. The Lynx comes in. Unfortunately, he gets stunned, but the SU-101 was tracked. And here comes the enemy Leopard trying to defend his teammate, but it's too late. So if they can keep him focused. And there goes the Leopard. The school bus on our team got the kill. And yes, the charioteer was in that corner where I fired originally. So he was there. But we don't know how much damage I actually did at the time. We'll have a look later in the results. Okay, E100 in the dip. Dialed in, rounds out, and direct hit. Oh, lots of damage immediately after my shot hit. So, oh, look at that. And the Lynx actually leapt through the air and landed on top of the E100 just at the end of the game. I think you want to see that one as action replay, don't you? Because it's just astonishing to see that enemy do that. There's the Leopard. There's the charioteer. Okay, so we switched to the E100. Just loaded. There he is. Fully dialed in. Rounds out. And here comes the Lynx for the very, very late kill. Woohoo! And he did land on top of the guy. Yeah, that was a good one. Okay, end of battle. Let's have a look at the end of battle results. And it's an ace tanker for general disturbance. That's 2 aces in 2 games in the M53, M55. I managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. I got 16, and I got a Confederate medal as well, for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on my team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other teammates, and that including the fact that I actually managed to get 3 kills myself in that game. 3,986 was the win 8 Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at the team score. I didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to the Object 279E, 4,103 hit points, and that's why the chicken crossed the road. Well, it's the old joke that Klaus actually said, why did the chicken cross the road 279E? Yes, the answer. Okay, yes, it's not a very good joke, but it is obvious that this is the most overpowered tank in the game, really, in a sense. The next highest damage after the 279E was actually a Striv 103B on the enemy team with 3207, and then I came third with 3,112. When it came to kills, it was me and the Leopard prototype. We both got 3 kills apiece. 2 kills to the Superconch, the Lynx, the SU-130PM and the school bus, and only 1 member of the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill, and that was the Lorraine 15551. When it came to base XP, it was me again with 1,208, 1,191 went to the Lynx, and 867 went to the Object 279E. I fired 14 rounds, got 4 direct hits, 1 penetration, so I did penetrate at least 1 tank. 13 splash, damage of 3,112 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. I earned 67,040 credits, and I got a XP of 5,436. If we look at the scores again, because we just wanted to find out, the Charioteer, I actually did hit him with a non-penetrating shot for 326. So that was the round that I fired at the bushes. I didn't know precisely where he was, but I felt that he would be the other side of the building since our guys were moving up the railway line, and he couldn't remain on the other side, so he'd sit in the bushes on that corner for cover. And yes, he was there. He was sitting there at the time when the shell went in. So it does pay sometimes to actually fire on cover. And I did 1,242 hit points of damage to the Striv 103B with a penetrating shot. So the round actually came in. The round that splashed him to one side did do some damage, but the round that actually came in from above and hit him square actually just completely ruined him in one shot, because it penetrated, did the full roll, and that was the end of him. So, an interesting battle directly after the 212A game. So 2 aces in a row, and it's another fun Arty. In fact, I think this is a must-have. This is, if you're going to play Arty in the game, you must have the M53, M55, as well as the M44, because these are the 2 keepers. They can do considerable amounts of damage to the enemy. They are a lot of fun. They can actually be quite fun if you propel yourself as well, if you're actually moving about the battlefield. And this, of course, is one of the few Arty that technically does have gun depression, because, yes, you can depress the gun over the engine deck to shoot at the enemy if they ever get too close. And I've seen that actually happen. One of the members actually did that for real on Ernenberg in the castle. He managed to use his gun depression to take out an enemy with a shotgun. So, yes, this is a very important Arty. It did exist in reality. They did make quite a few of these. And, well, I'd definitely say keep this one if you can get it. And just use it as a money earner, a credit turner. It's a good credit generator. So I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give the video a like, leave a comment, and thanks for watching.